Boom kadeem kabam guys, this is Games Techno back with another freaking video, and this is again another gaming news video. Let's freaking kick it off. And I'm doing something new that I'm gonna give you kind of a preview of the news that we're gonna cover today. So in today's news we've got Cyberpunk 2077's system requirements, then how gamers are dealing with RTX 3080 scalpers, and then Life is Strange 2's episode 1 going free forever, and then lastly we're gonna cover PS5's backwards compatibility for PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 games. All the timestamps for each of these stories will be in the description down below, just in case you want to check out only one story and not all of them. Let's freaking start with the first story of the day. CD Projekt Red revealed Cyberpunk 2077's system requirements. After several delays, the game's release is only 2 months away right now. Today is like 19th September and the game is going to be releasing on November 18. So for the news, CD Projekt Red provided us with the good old minimum and recommended system requirements instead of the modern, several tier requirements. We're gonna discuss the, minimum and recommended requirements here, which are pretty freaking cool. I mean, especially for a low-end gamer like me. So the minimum requirements, the processor here is i5 3570K from Intel or AMD FX 8310 from AMD, of course. I think I said AMD twice in that sentence. The memory requirements are 8GB of RAM, and the graphic card, interestingly enough, is GTX 780 3GB from Nvidia's side or RX 470 from AMD's side. Now I think RX 470 is a more capable card than the 780, though I could be wrong there. But I mean, system requirements are quite freaking funky. So for the recommended ones, the processor we've got here from the Intel side is i7 4790 non-K, and then or AMD's Ryzen 3 3200G. Pretty funky stuff. A Ryzen 3 in the recommended system requirements. Quite funky. And then for the memory requirements, we've got 12GB of RAM. Again, you see, more than 8GB, so that's something. And then for the graphic card in the recommended requirements, we've got GTX 1060, 6GB. Bro, I think the series was Pascal, the 10 series, yeah. They've recommended a Pascal card for this game. How awesome is that? And then on the AMD side, we've got Radeon R9 Fury, or in the modern terms I'd say RX 580, because I think that's a card that is similar to the 1060, of course. And then for the storage requirements, we've got 70GB of space, and then after a comma they've mentioned SSD recommended. Now let's move on to the second story of the day. That is RTX 3080 fans trolling eBay scalpers and spreading awareness, which is a pretty funky thing. It's about time, the real gamers have started fighting back against the freaking scalpers. PC Gamer's article mentions the following 3 ways in which gamers have fought back so far with the scalpers, that is. The first one being fake eBay listings and custom paper editions. Now with the fake eBay listings, gamers have made some fake eBay listings for the card, with the price tag of $1. Some have chosen $700 and some have chosen, all the wild prices out there basically. And then in the description, many people have said that you should not buy any overpriced card or any unreasonably priced card, because that promotes, scalping or scalpers basically. So people buy cards and then they're gonna sell them for high prices. But if there's no audience or no people buying from him, why they do that? So please do your part, and if you want to get a 3080, please do not get it at unreasonable prices. Even if it's like, $200, $300 of difference, for some people it doesn't matter, but it definitely promotes scalpers. That's the message that people are trying to basically spread by making these fake eBay listings, and some people have made their paper editions of the card on which they've basically drawn the card in a freaking idiotic kind of drawing on a paper, and then they've priced it at freaking $700 or $2,000. Now the second thing gamers are doing is leaving negative reviews on the cards that are overpriced on eBay, basically, so that their account goes in a bad standing on eBay and stuff like that. But it basically does not affect them very much, because people know that who is doing that. They know that people are leaving bad reviews because they do not get their hands on the card they need. And third, absurdly high bids from 4 to 5k to 80 freaking k on some RTX 3080s. So someone mentioned in the PC Gamers article, there was a person mentioned who did make a bot to do all of these biddings so that they can just fuck up with the scalpers, basically. Pardon me there, but yeah, that's what they're doing. Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, let's move on to our third story of the day. That is Life is Strange 2's episode 1 is now free to play. After many months of the release of the final episode, episode 1 is finally free, similar to Life is Strange 1, because it did the same with the first game as well. So the first game's episode 1 is also free on Steam right now, and now the second game, or Life of Strange 2's episode 1, is also free. Now the games, both of these, Life is Strange and Life is Strange 2, are developed by Don't Nod Entertainment, and their twin mirror will be coming out later this year on December 1st. So I'm waiting for that game. I think it's going to be pretty funky. Now, giving one episode for free is not a very new thing, but a very awesome thing nonetheless, because you get people interested in your game with the first episode, and then of course the first episode is just gonna show a part of the story, and in these games story is the main thing, or the narrative, and of course you've got some gameplay, but it's not the most powerful aspect of the game, basically. So people basically who love the episode 1 are very likely to buy their game if they want to, or if they are interested, that is. Let's move on to the fourth story of the day, which comes from Sony. Now, Sony cleared up all the backwards compatibility doubts that people had for the PS5. First up, the bad news. It won't support PS1, PS2 or PS3 games. Pretty sad. They've given a reasoning for that, or two reasons basically for that we'll discuss after one point that is a positive. PlayStation's CEO himself, Jim Ryan, also confirmed, they've confirmed that PS1, 2 and 3 will now work, of course the games that is. And then Jim Ryan confirmed that 99% of PS4 games will be compatible with PS5. Now for the reasoning. They say while implementing backwards compatibility, their focus was on high-speed SSD, that is the new thingy, and the new controller integration for their stuff, that they're making backwards compatible. Hence, they didn't have enough time to implement all of these, both of these things, the controller and the SSD integrations or specializations or optimizations, whatever they're doing with these games. So they did not have enough time to do it for all the console games, that is PS1, 2 and 3. And also another major reason they've given is PS4 and PS5 are built on a very similar internal structure. So it is easy to make PS4 games backwards compatible on a PS5 than making PS1, 2 and 3 games run on a PS5. That was basically what Sony wanted to say, and that is also all I wanted to say in this video as well. Get ready. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more gaming news. Bye bye. Yeah, I said it.